Welcome to the Motivational Library.
Introduction. There is a hidden path, one that does not shout but whispers. It reveals itself only to those who can sit in silence and truly listen. This path bends time, reshapes perception, and opens a door you were never taught to see. You have been moving through the visible world, touching solid surfaces, trusting what appears real, believing in what your senses confirm. Yet beneath every step you take, beneath every thought you think, there exists an unseen field. A living realm vibrating with possibility, responding not to force, but to awareness. Tonight, the veil begins to stir. Something subtle will enter your consciousness. At times, you may have felt that life feels heavier than it should, that your desires repeat themselves in circles, that your dreams feel distant or strangely unfamiliar, as if they do not fully belong to you. This is not weakness. This is not failure. It is the forgetting of a language older than time itself. A language that predates words. A language of pulses and spirals, of unseen currents that respond to attention the way oceans respond to the moon. You are not behind. You are standing at the precise edge of remembering. Close your eyes for a moment. Slow your breath. Sense the space around your body and the quiet hum moving within it. This is where the first keys are hidden. Not in books, not in endless advice, but in a silent knowing that reality is more fluid than you were taught, more responsive than you were told, and far more intimate than you imagined. You did not find this audiobook by accident. A deeper part of you remembers the formula, the quiet law that governs all creation. In ancient temples long buried beneath sand and centuries, they whispered a single truth. The observer is the creation, not action alone, not thought alone, but the witness, the awareness that collapses possibility into form. You have touched this power before in fleeting moments, when a glance carried unusual weight, when a word shifted the atmosphere, when a single thought felt more real than the entire day surrounding it. This is your initiation. The quantum field is calling not for effort, but for stillness, not for display, but for inner alignment, not for becoming something new, but for remembering who you already are. This is not philosophy. This is not theory. This is a practical awakening, a recalibration of your magnetic self, a tuning of your awareness to the hidden frequencies that quietly orchestrate experience. You are not attracting reality. You are generating it. Every vibration you sustain, every subtle shift of attention, every silent act of awareness participates in a sacred code, written into the fabric of existence itself. To read this code, you must listen beyond noise, beyond distraction, beyond the habits of seeing that keep reality locked in place. As you continue with these words, allow them to sink into the quiet chambers of your mind. Let your heart soften. Let the inner observer awaken. Begin to sense the invisible threads connecting all moments, all lives, all possibilities. And quietly, within yourself, speak this truth. Stop asking the universe. Start becoming the signal. You are about to step beneath the surface of the world you know, into the structure beneath structure, into the hidden quantum formula, into a truth that has waited patiently for your return. Chapter 1. The Mystery of Quantum Reality. Have you ever touched a surface and assumed it was solid, complete, fixed, unchanging? And yet, the closer you look, the more that certainty dissolves. What appears firm breaks down into motion, into particles in constant vibration, into forces you cannot see, yet cannot deny. What you call reality is only a surface impression, a shadow cast by something far deeper. Beneath the visible world, the quantum realm hums, a domain of movement, vibration, and limitless potential. Here, nothing is static. Everything responds. And within this hidden layer, your familiar assumptions begin to fail. The ground beneath you is not inert. It is alive, dynamic, waiting for awareness to arrive. Most people move through life unaware of this subtle architecture. They trust the senses. They follow routine. They inherit patterns handed down by culture, repetition, and habit. But the quantum world does not obey these rules. Its laws are quiet, its language unspoken. To approach it, curiosity must become your lantern, and discretion your guide. The doorway does not open through force or urgency. It opens through observation, through noticing the tremors beneath what you call ordinary reality. The difference between classical perception and quantum perception is profound. Classical thinking demands certainty, measurement, and linear outcomes. It seeks control. Quantum awareness invites uncertainty, imagination, and simultaneous possibilities. It reveals a field where the observer matters, where attention shapes form, where waves become particles, and where every fragment of matter carries information. To perceive this hidden world, you must step beyond what is familiar. You must be willing to walk with mystery rather than eliminate it. Consider how often you have assumed a single path, a single outcome, a single truth. The quantum structure ignores such limits. Particles and waves coexist. Possibilities overlap. All of it waits, quietly, for the observer who is present enough to notice. This hidden layer has been overlooked because it requires patience, discipline, silence. It is a treasure concealed within ordinary perception. Those who truly see it rarely speak of it, because words scatter the energy of discovery. Now, begin to awaken your awareness to the invisible. Visualize the space around you vibrating. Every molecule, a note in a vast cosmic symphony. Feel the pulse beneath your feet. Sense the faint magnetic currents threading through your body. These are not metaphors. These are entrances, keys to the quantum field itself. By sensing them, even subtly, you begin to participate in the unfolding of reality. You are no longer a distant observer. You become part of a hidden choreography, moving in rhythm with forces that were always present. This journey is not purely intellectual. It is experiential, intimate, transformative. Curiosity must be paired with silence. Observation must be grounded in stillness. You will learn to notice the tremors, the spirals, the unseen currents shaping your existence. Each realization opens another layer, another doorway, another mystery, and as you pass through them, you will remember something essential. You were never separate from the forces you are learning to perceive. There is a reason this knowledge has always been whispered rather than proclaimed. It is potent, delicate, responsive. When handled carelessly or displayed loudly, it loses coherence. Its resonance fades. To honor the hidden quantum, one must move quietly, deliberately, with reverence. Begin now by sensing rather than naming, by noticing without explaining, by feeling without interfering. The mystery is not meant to be conquered. It is meant to be embraced. As you breathe and center yourself, imagine the boundaries of reality softening. Imagine the layers beneath the visible world beginning to glow with subtle light. You are standing at the threshold of the unseen. This journey will sharpen perception, awaken intuition, and deepen knowing. Step lightly, step silently, step consciously. The hidden quantum reality is alive, and it has been waiting for your attention. Chapter 2. The Power of Observation. The universe is listening. Every glance you offer, every thought you hold, every quiet intention you carry sends ripples through the unseen fabric of existence. In the quantum field, observation is never passive. It is an act of creation. You are not simply witnessing reality, you are participating in its emergence. The eyes that watch, the mind that notices, the inner presence that feels, all of them function as instruments, subtly tuning the vast orchestra of possibility. This power has always been yours, waiting not to be earned, but to be recognized. Perhaps you have felt frustration when outcomes failed to match your effort. You worked, you hoped, you waited, and still the world appeared unmoved. The reason is not circumstance. It is awareness. Observation is the hidden conduit, the bridge where your inner state meets the outer world. Every unnoticed glance, every dismissed thought sends a quiet signal, shaping outcomes without your conscious consent. You are never powerless. You are only misaligned. Within the silent laboratory of the universe, experiments have already revealed this truth. Particles change when observed. Waves collapse into form under the influence of attention. Consciousness and matter intertwine, and the observer becomes the catalyst through which reality organizes itself. Now imagine this principle not as theory, but as lived experience. Every moment you inhabit, every choice you make, is touched by the quality of your perception. Awareness is not accidental. It is a skill, a discipline, a sacred art. It begins simply with noticing without judgment. Watch a leaf tremble. Observe a shadow shift. Sense a thought arise. Do not label. Do not interfere. Simply observe. As you do, you may feel something subtle shift. Almost imperceptibly, the field around you responds. The universe bends, not dramatically, but gently, to the quiet gravity of your attention. This is alignment. When your focus is scattered, reality reflects that fragmentation. When your attention is clear and deliberate, life begins to flow with ease. Observation becomes the bridge between intention and outcome, between desire and experience. This is the power of mindful witnessing. By cultivating presence, you become the lens through which the infinite reveals itself. The world does not merely happen to you, it unfolds through you, shaped by your conscious resonance. You were never separate from this influence. The observer lives within every cell, every thought, every breath. Meditation, reflection, and quiet attention are not indulgences. They are gateways. Through them, perception sharpens and intention gains coherence. Visualize yourself as a crystal prism. Clear, focused, precise, refracting reality into form. The quality of light you project determines the spectrum of experience you receive. Every deliberate act of observation is a sacred ritual, a tuning of your inner frequency to the hidden codes that shape existence. Consider this carefully. What if the reality you experience is a reflection of where your attention rests? What if every encounter, every coincidence, every turning point mirrors your focus? When you observe consciously, you begin to navigate the invisible currents guiding life. This power is subtle, but it is transformative. It awakens. It manifests. It reminds you that you are not drifting through reality. You are quietly designing it. As you move forward, whether into rest or into action, allow your awareness to settle into the rhythm of observation. Let your attention linger on what is unseen, on what is felt rather than explained, on the spaces between moments. You are no longer merely a participant. You are a conscious observer, co-creator, a presence shaping the unfolding of all things. Carry this awareness gently, quietly, sacredly, and notice how the world responds when it knows it is being watched with intention. Chapter 3. The Quantum Field Within. Beneath the surface of what you call reality lies an infinite sea, a living field of pure potential, vibrating with unseen currents. This is the quantum field, the invisible canvas upon which every particle, every event, and every thought takes form. It is not distant. It is not abstract. It flows through you, linking the rhythm of your breath to the pulse of the cosmos. To sense this field is to touch the source of creation itself. Most people move through life unaware of its presence. They chase outcomes, search for answers outside themselves, and overlook the subtle medium that quietly orchestrates all experience. The truth is hidden not because it is complex, but because it requires presence, patience, and stillness. You were never meant to wander blindly. The field responds only to those who approach with curiosity and reverence. Every particle, every flicker of energy emerges from this infinite foundation. There are no accidents, only expressions of alignment or resistance within the field. Your body, mind, and inner awareness are not separate observers. They are active participants, resonating with the frequencies that weave reality into form. Every breath you take, every thought you hold, every sensation you feel interacts with this field, sending subtle ripples outward. To connect with it, begin by noticing the spaces between your thoughts. Sense the silence beneath the noise, the quiet pulse that has always been there. Imagine your awareness expanding, like a drop of water dissolving into an endless ocean. You are not disappearing. You are remembering the currents that have always carried you. Presence is the key. Attention is the bridge. Openness is the doorway. The quantum field teaches without words. Patterns begin to appear. Synchronicities emerge. Intuition sharpens. These are not coincidences, but gentle signals, responses to your awareness. Watch them without forcing meaning. Allow understanding to unfold naturally. You are both wave and observer, both particle and creator. Simple practices deepen this connection. Conscious breathing, mindful attention to sensation, quiet reflection. Imagine threads of light moving through and around you. With each exhale, release tension. With each inhale, draw awareness deeper into the unseen. You are tuning yourself to the silent pulse beneath all form. As this connection strengthens, the ordinary world begins to change. Objects shimmer with possibility. People reflect deeper dynamics. Events unfold with a sense of hidden order. This is not fantasy, it is recognition. The quantum field becomes your intimate companion, revealing patterns once invisible to ordinary sight. Remember this, the field is within you, and you are within it. Close your eyes. Feel the subtle waves. Sense the quiet hum beneath all things. You are connected to the infinite, and the infinite responds to your awareness. Enter this inner ocean with reverence. Move gently, and allow yourself to step into the dance of creation that has always been waiting for you. Chapter 4. Secrets of Wave-Particle Duality. Now understand this. The hidden truth of reality is not a contradiction. It is a revelation. Particle is also a wave. A thing can exist and not exist at the same time. This is not fantasy. This is the nature of the unseen world. Every atom, every photon, exists in a state of possibility until consciousness touches it. It is not fixed. It is not solid. It is fluid. The universe is more alive, more flexible, and far more responsive than your senses are designed to believe. Most people cling to certainty, labels, measurements, and containment. But wave-particle duality quietly shows that limits are self-imposed. Reality resists confinement. It changes depending on attention and context. What you notice changes what is. This is the hidden mirror of consciousness. Your thoughts, beliefs, and intentions behave like waves. Ripples of energy that can collapse into experience when focused. The circumstances you call rigid, your relationships, your challenges, your life, can transform when attention aligns with potential. You are not trapped in a fixed state. You are a living field of possibilities. This dual nature is not only physics, it is your own existence. You are both observer and observed, both possibility and form, both wave and particle. Ancient teachings describe the same truth. The veil between what is and what could be is where attention shapes reality without force. Visualize yourself standing at this threshold. The wave of potential stretches infinitely before you, waiting for your consciousness to touch it. Each intention, each quiet thought, each focused moment collapses possibility into reality. Consciousness interacts with dual states constantly, sometimes without your awareness. A fleeting emotion, a whispered desire, a passing curiosity. All of these are waves in the quantum sea. Notice this, the act of observing is not control, it is alignment. When you cultivate awareness, you begin to navigate between states with ease. You bend the currents rather than struggle against them. This is the art of gentle mastery. Think of your life as a laboratory. Your attention is the instrument. Your awareness collapses infinite probabilities into the reality you live. This is not magic. It is the subtle truth of existence. You are both the wave and the collapse, both the seed and the bloom. Begin with small acts of attention. Notice a moment fully without judgment. Watch how your feelings, energy, and perception shift. Whisper your intentions into the hidden spaces of your day. The world responds quietly, often imperceptibly, but the pattern becomes unmistakable to those who observe patiently. Each act strengthens your awareness of duality and your role as co-creator. Now step deeper into the mystery of your own nature. You are never fixed, never singular, never fully understood by the eyes alone. You are a wave of potential collapsing into form, again and again each time you notice. The secret is simple. Embrace your fluidity. Honor your attention. Move quietly through the spaces between possibility and manifestation. Reality is waiting for your intimate, careful noticing. Chapter 5. The Observer Effect in Daily Life. A subtle force is at work every moment, quietly responding to where your focus goes. What you notice, what you dwell on, shapes the unfolding of events around you. This is the observer effect, not just in laboratories but in the intimate spaces of your life. Every glance, every thought, every quiet intention bends reality in ways you rarely perceive. To awaken to this is to reclaim a power you have always carried beneath the surface. Perhaps you have experienced days when effort felt wasted, when outcomes defied logic. You blamed circumstances, luck, or other people. But the hidden truth is this: observation shapes reality more than struggle. Where your attention lingers, outcomes begin to form. Where it wanders, events scatter. Life reflects not only actions, but the consciousness behind them. You are never powerless. You are simply unaware of your influence. Every small shift in awareness ripples outward. Focused thought can nudge events, align circumstances, and invite synchronicity. When you notice patterns, subtle cues, or sudden inspiration, you are practicing the quiet art of conscious observation. Your attention is a magnet, shaping the world in invisible ways. Even the simplest acts of mindfulness begin to realign the currents around you. Consider your daily life as a laboratory of the unseen. Observe your interactions, your reactions, your feelings. Notice how attention transforms outcomes. A smile, a calm presence, a single word. These can shift energy immediately and profoundly. You are both the experimenter and the phenomenon being observed. The universe responds to the focus of your consciousness with delicate precision. Intentions, when noticed and nurtured quietly, gain the force of reality. But you must observe without anxiety, without expectation. Let potential unfold naturally. Do not force results. Cultivate the observer within. Visualize outcomes as waves. Let your attention guide their collapse into form. Subtlety is the key. Secrecy is the amplifier. Patience is the vessel through which this power flows. Everyday life becomes a mirror of your inner state. When your mind is calm and your focus clear, events align. When your thoughts are scattered and attention divided, reality reflects turbulence. The observer effect is not about controlling the world. It is about refining your consciousness. By mastering your inner gaze, you refine your experience of life itself. You create harmony with the unseen forces shaping existence. Simple exercises strengthen this skill. Notice a conversation in silence. Observe gestures, words, and energy without judgment. Watch how moments unfold when attention is present. Record subtle shifts, synchronicities, and intuitive nudges. With practice, you learn to perceive the hidden dance between your consciousness and the field of reality. Tonight, as you settle, feel the weight of your unseen influence. Breathe into the spaces between moments, the silence where observation lives. Your mind is the lens. Your attention is the brush. The canvas is infinite. Every act of mindful observation sculpts reality. Subtly, invisibly, powerfully. You are no longer merely participating in life. You are co-creating it with the quiet authority of awareness. Chapter 6. Hidden Patterns in Reality. Beneath the chaos of everyday life, there is a secret order, an invisible rhythm that the untrained eye cannot see. Patterns weave through events, relationships, and even fleeting thoughts, connecting moments in ways that feel like intuition or luck. These patterns are the fingerprints of the quantum field, subtle alignments that reveal a deeper intelligence at work. To perceive them, you must slow down, listen, and attune yourself to the silent architecture of reality. Many people move through life blind to these structures. They see randomness, coincidences, or misfortune as disconnected events. But the universe is a tapestry, where even the smallest thread is woven into a larger design. Recognizing patterns is not about predicting every outcome. It is about awakening to the order that guides your experience, revealing the hidden currents beneath appearances. Fractals, symmetry, spirals, and recurring motifs are everywhere, in nature and in consciousness. Trees, rivers, clouds, and even your thoughts carry echoes of this hidden geometry. Through observation, meditation, and reflection, these patterns begin to emerge in your own life. They appear as synchronicities, repeated symbols, and intuitive nudges, quiet signals that the hidden order is alive and responsive, waiting for your attention. To see these patterns, cultivate patient awareness. Notice cycles, recurring themes, and relationships without rushing to label or judge. Imagine your experiences as threads in a vast web, connecting points you cannot yet fully understand. Each quiet recognition strengthens your perception. Over time, what once seemed random becomes meaningful, revealing the intelligence embedded in the quantum structure of reality. This field of hidden patterns is also a map of personal alignment. When you are attuned, you sense the right timing, the right actions, and the correct focus. When you are distracted, the same patterns remain, but their guidance is obscured. Through stillness, observation, and reflection, you allow the patterns to guide you naturally. This is not control, it is recognition of the secret language underlying all life. Ancient sages spoke of this order, encoding it in symbols, chants, and rituals. They understood that the world is a living matrix, responding to attention, intention, and resonance. When you align your awareness with these hidden patterns, you enter a flow where life moves with ease. You act in harmony with the currents rather than against them, letting insight arise naturally. The exercises are simple, but require patience. Track repeated events. Notice emotional triggers. Observe synchronicities. Visualize connections between seemingly unrelated moments. Each act of noticing strengthens your ability to perceive the underlying order. The universe is a mirror reflecting the attention you bring. The patterns emerge as both guidance and awakening, a secret code written into the structure of life itself. As you close your eyes tonight, imagine the threads of reality glowing beneath the surface of perception. Feel their movement, their pulse, their alignment with your inner awareness. You are not outside this order. You are an integral note in the symphony. By observing, feeling, and attuning, you awaken to the hidden architecture that orchestrates existence. Life is no longer random. It is alive, patterned, and responsive to your attention. Chapter 7. The Quantum Formula Explained. There exists a formula, not written in ink, but woven into the very fabric of existence. It is hidden, subtle, alive, a blueprint underlying every particle, every thought, every possibility. This is the quantum formula, the key to understanding how consciousness, energy, and attention converge to shape reality. It is not a calculation. It is a living map of the interplay between you and the unseen currents of creation. Most seekers search outward for steps, techniques, or guidance. But the formula has always been within, encoded in your awareness, your breath, your attention. The challenge is to sense it, to align quietly with its rhythm, and to practice in secrecy, where its power grows with focus. The quantum formula flows through three forces: energy, the raw vibration; information, the organizing intelligence; attention, the conscious lens collapsing potential into form. When aligned, they create coherence, manifestation, and clarity. You are the participant, the observer, and the catalyst of this living equation. Begin by noticing the energy around you, in your body, between your thoughts, in the subtle pulse of the day. Sense the invisible currents connecting people, events, and ideas. Each quiet observation tunes your awareness to the formula's frequency. The universe responds not to force, but to resonance. Information carries patterns. Attention bridges energy and intelligence. Focused observation collapses potential into form. Notice without judgment. Watch without forcing outcomes. Every act of attention is a step deeper into the formula. Symbolically, the quantum formula is a spiral. Energy flowing, information shaping, attention collapsing. Visualize it as a coiled river of light moving through you, linking inner knowing to outer expression. When you work quietly with this spiral, you learn the rhythm of manifestation, the timing of alignment, and the art of subtle creation. It is personal, sacred, secret, requiring patience, devotion, and stillness. Tonight, as you rest, feel the currents of energy, the intelligence of information, and the power of attention intertwining within you. You are no longer separate from the mechanisms of creation. You are a living expression of the formula itself. Quietly, secretly, allow your consciousness to align. Become a co-creator, a vessel of hidden truth, and a participant in the sacred architecture of reality. Chapter 8. frequency and vibration. Everything vibrates. Every thought, every emotion, every atom. Each one pulses with its own signature frequency, a resonance that weaves the fabric of existence. What you perceive as solid is actually a symphony of oscillations, each layer influencing the next. To sense this vibration is to feel the hidden pulse of reality. To tune into it is to step into the rhythm of creation, where every wave carries information, energy, and potential. Most people live unaware of their own vibrational state. Thoughts flutter, emotions surge, attention scatters. This creates dissonance in the subtle field. But frequency is the true language of manifestation. When your vibration aligns with intention, you harmonize with the currents of the universe. You are a living tuning fork, quietly shaping the resonance of your reality with every breath, every focus, every inner shift. Emotions carry powerful frequencies. Joy, gratitude, love, and peace vibrate higher, opening channels for insight and alignment. Fear, doubt, and anger compress energy, obscuring the subtle connections around you. Recognize these currents within yourself. Feel how they affect perception, experience, and your ability to receive guidance from the unseen. Frequency is not abstract. It is a lived reality, bodily, conscious, intimate. Begin to sense the invisible oscillations around you. Close your eyes. Breathe slowly. Feel the subtle waves moving through space, through your body, through your thoughts. Visualize tuning your vibration like adjusting the strings of a harp, allowing resonance to align with intention. This is vibrational mastery. Noticing, adjusting, harmonizing with the field that shapes experience. Everything external responds to internal frequency. The world mirrors the vibration you carry, revealing hidden patterns, synchronicities, and opportunities previously unseen. By refining your resonance, you become magnetic to aligned experiences. You influence outcomes not through force, but through subtle conscious alignment. Your frequency is your signature in the field. Practical exercises strengthen this awareness. Hum, chant, meditate, visualize desired states. Notice how small shifts in thought, emotion, and breath alter perception. Pay attention to moments when you feel aligned with flow. These are signals of resonance at work. Quiet, consistent practice deepens sensitivity, allowing you to perceive the unseen harmonics of life with clarity and grace. Frequency connects directly to the quantum field. When aligned, you access the same currents that shape particles, waves, and probabilities. You begin to sense the invisible dance behind appearances, the subtle choreography that unfolds when attention, energy, and vibration converge. This is not theory. It is lived, intimate, accessible. Each moment of alignment becomes a conscious act of creation. As you rest or move through your day, remember, vibration is subtle, yet powerful. Sense the pulse beneath the surface. Notice the oscillations within. Adjust with awareness and intention. You are not merely reacting to the world. You are a resonant participant in its unfolding. Let frequency guide you, quietly, secretly, and with reverence, while the hidden currents of life respond to your aligned presence. Chapter 9. Entanglement and Invisible Connections. Now understand this. The hidden web of reality is not a theory. It is the living structure behind every relationship, every coincidence, every unseen influence. Everything in existence is connected, threads of influence stretching across space and time. This is entanglement. Particles mirroring one another instantly, regardless of distance. It is not a scientific curiosity. It is the blueprint of interconnection that underlies life itself. To perceive it is to feel the invisible web linking you to all that is, past, present, and potential. Often you feel isolated, as if your actions ripple into empty space. Yet entanglement shows that nothing is separate. Every thought, every intention, every emotion sends vibrations through a hidden lattice, influencing events and lives in subtle ways. Relationships, circumstances, and synchronicities are the visible echoes of these invisible links. You are never truly alone. Your consciousness is woven into a vast, responsive network. Entanglement is also a mirror of your inner state. When your attention is coherent, when your focus is aligned, the network resonates with harmony. When your mind is scattered, connections blur and signals weaken. You are not powerless within this web. You are an active participant. By cultivating awareness, reflection, and quiet observation, you enhance the flow of subtle connections. You begin to navigate them consciously. Visualize the hidden web now, stretching infinitely, threads vibrating in response to your inner state. Notice how each thought, each feeling, sends pulses across the network, linking moments, people, and events. With practice, you begin to sense these connections, intuit their meaning, and move through life guided by their subtle signals. The world stops feeling random. It becomes a living, entangled field. Entanglement also explains intuition, those sudden insights that arise without apparent cause. These are whispers from the network, signals flowing through hidden channels. When you pay attention, you learn to distinguish true guidance from mere noise. Quiet reflection, journaling, and meditative observation strengthen your perception of these invisible currents. Patterns emerge. Connections reveal themselves. Ordinary awareness begins to expand. The power of these links is amplified through attention and intention. By focusing quietly, you tune into the harmonics of connection. Small shifts in awareness create ripples that manifest as synchronicities, aligned encounters, and unexpected guidance. You are both observer and participant, sending and receiving signals in a continuous flow of interconnected energy. Practice mindful observation, conscious breathing, and reflective journaling. Notice coincidences, repeated themes, and meaningful patterns. Observe interactions with others as reflections of the entangled web. Each act of awareness deepens your resonance with invisible currents, enhancing insight, alignment, and intuitive clarity. Tonight, feel the threads linking you to all that exists. Sense the entangled dance, the silent currents that respond to your attention. You are part of an infinite network, a living node in the hidden structure of reality. Move gently through it, quietly observing, consciously participating, allowing the invisible connections to guide, support, and awaken your deepest knowing. Chapter 10. Intuition as Quantum Perception. There is a voice within you that speaks without words, a knowing that transcends logic, time, and circumstance. This is intuition, quantum perception arising from the hidden entanglement of all things. It is the subtle guide that senses probabilities, detects unseen patterns, and whispers of paths not yet walked. To awaken it, you must quiet the mind, soften the ego, and let awareness move like water through unseen currents. Many dismiss intuition as mere feeling, coincidence, or wishful thinking. But it is the language of the quantum field, information arriving beyond ordinary senses. Every flicker of insight, every sudden recognition, every premonition is the field responding to your consciousness. You are not imagining. You are tuning into frequencies that carry guidance, clarity, and hidden truth. Intuition emerges most clearly in silence. When the mind stops its chatter, when judgment dissolves, the subtle signals of possibility become audible. Listen to the spaces between thoughts, the gentle pull of instinct, the nudges of the heart. These are not random. They are coherent signals from the interconnected fabric of reality, aligning your attention with patterns beyond ordinary perception. Your emotions are part of this language too. They resonate with the field, signaling alignment or dissonance. Fear, doubt, and impatience obscure guidance. Calm, trust, and clarity amplify reception. By observing emotions without attachment, you refine your ability to sense the hidden order, recognizing the quantum whisper beneath daily life. Visualization strengthens intuition. Picture your consciousness expanding, radiating outward into the unseen field. Imagine threads of connection linking you to events, ideas, and people. Allow impressions, images, and feelings to surface without judgment. They are signals of quantum perception, echoes of the field informing you what is possible, what is aligned, and what requires attention. Intuition differs from rational thought. Logic analyzes. Intuition perceives. Logic measures. Intuition senses. Logic divides. Intuition unites. By practicing quiet observation and reflection, you access insights faster, deeper, and often more accurate than reasoning alone. The hidden field communicates in whispers. Only those who listen with patience hear its voice clearly. Practical exercises include journaling fleeting impressions, meditative contemplation, and mindful reflection on choices or encounters. Notice coincidences, recurring imagery, and moments of inner certainty. These are the signals of quantum perception guiding you through invisible layers of reality. Tonight, settle into stillness and sense the field around you. Let your awareness expand like ripples on water, touching the unseen threads of possibility. Whisper silently, "I trust the guidance of the hidden currents." Feel the quantum flow guiding your perception. You are listening, you are aligned, and the subtle voice speaks within. Chapter 11. Time, Illusion, and Fluidity. You were taught that time is linear, rigid, unyielding, marching forward like a relentless clock. But beneath that familiar rhythm lies a deeper truth. Time is fluid, a spiral of simultaneous possibility. Past, present, and future coexist, layers of a hidden melody, overlapping and alive. When you perceive this, you don't move within time. You move with it. You flow through moments as if they are threads in a vast living tapestry. Most people live trapped in sequential steps, rushing, striving, measuring life by clocks and calendars. They forget that the quantum field reveals a different reality. Outcomes are not fixed. Moments are not discrete. Linearity is a convenient lens, not the ultimate truth. Your attention, focus, and presence shape your experience of time just as much as any external clock. Time's fluidity allows for simultaneous potential. Choices ripple backward and forward, affecting not only what is immediate, but what was and what might be. The observer's consciousness bends the timeline, collapsing probabilities into events aligned with inner resonance. This is not theory. It is a lived principle for those who practice awareness, stillness, and focused observation. To experience time's fluidity, begin by noticing moments fully. Observe sensations, thoughts, and feelings as if each carries echoes from the past and future. Meditate on unresolved events, imagining subtle shifts and new possibilities. By engaging the hidden timeline, you activate a secret aspect of perception where your consciousness participates in reality across all layers. Memory, intuition, and imagination become tools for navigating this hidden temporal field. Past experiences are not fixed relics but living patterns, resonating with the present and hinting at future outcomes. Intuition often appears as subtle awareness of these layers, guiding you before logic catches up. Visualize time as a spiral, moving inward and outward simultaneously. Moments fold upon themselves, creating intersections of potential. Breathe slowly, sensing your presence at the center of this spiral. Observe how energy, attention, and intention interact across layers. This is your gateway to hidden awareness, where you move with time rather than against it. Practical exercises include reflecting on repeated patterns, visualizing outcomes before they occur, and meditating on past events as mutable rather than fixed. Journaling intuitive impressions reveals hidden temporal connections, offering guidance on decisions, alignment, and manifestation. Each act of mindful engagement strengthens your ability to perceive the fluidity beneath apparent linearity. Tonight, as you rest, sense time flowing around you, bending, expanding, folding with your awareness. Whisper silently, "I move with the currents of possibility." Feel your consciousness as both observer and participant, touching past, present, and future in a single fluid awareness. Time is no longer a cage. It is a living field, responsive to your quiet, secret attention. Chapter 12. Parallel Possibilities. Beyond what you perceive lies a hidden realm, a space where every choice unfolds multiple realities at once. These are the parallel possibilities, the unseen layers where potential lives in abundance. Your thoughts, your decisions, your attention navigate this field, collapsing some probabilities into form while leaving others in the unseen. To sense this is to awaken to the boundless reach of your influence. Most people live as if life is a single track, one fixed outcome, one story. They miss the countless branches that ripple outward from every choice. But the quantum field shows a different truth. Reality is never singular. Each moment contains infinite potential, and your awareness determines which threads become visible, tangible, and lived. Parallel possibilities are not abstract ideas. They show up as intuition, synchronicity, and subtle nudges guiding your path. When you feel drawn toward something without reason, you are touching another potential reality seeking expression. By quieting the mind and observing without attachment, you allow these hidden threads to reveal themselves, showing options that were invisible before, waiting for recognition and alignment. Visualization is a powerful tool for exploring these paths. Imagine multiple doors, each representing a different version of events, outcomes, or choices. Step lightly into one without fear, noticing the others exist simultaneously as echoes, shadows, or whispers. This practice strengthens your awareness of potential's fluidity, allowing you to navigate life with conscious choice instead of automatic reaction. The field of parallel possibilities also teaches patience. Not every option is meant to manifest immediately. Some remain dormant until your alignment is ready. By noticing recurring opportunities, repeated symbols, and intuitive impressions, you learn which pathways are ripe for attention. This is not control. It is quiet recognition of the hidden currents shaping manifestation. Your consciousness is the compass exploring these layers. Focused intention, observation, and subtle reflection guide you toward possibilities aligned with your highest expression. Each choice you make resonates across multiple realities, collapsing certain outcomes while maintaining the integrity of the unseen field. Awareness and discretion amplify this subtle influence. Practical exercises include journaling alternative outcomes, visualizing different responses, and meditating on choices before action. Notice patterns of recurrence, moments of resonance, and insights that feel like guidance from an unseen layer. Each act strengthens your capacity to perceive parallel possibilities and move through life with quiet mastery, conscious intention, and reverence for the unseen. Tonight, as you breathe deeply, imagine infinite branches of potential unfolding around you. Feel your presence at the center of these possibilities, observing without fear, choosing without attachment. Whisper silently, "I am aware of all paths." Sense the fluidity, the abundance, and the guidance of the hidden field. Rest in the knowing that every choice resonates across the infinite fabric of existence. Chapter 13. Conscious intention as a force. Every thought you hold carries weight. Every focus generates energy. Every intention sends ripples into the quantum field. Conscious intention is not a wish. It is a force, a living current that interacts with the hidden structure of reality. When shaped with clarity and attention, it moves unseen threads, guiding events, shaping outcomes, and harmonizing possibilities. You are both the source and the signal. Many act without realizing this power. They strive outward, hoping effort alone will carry them forward, unaware that the true force is born within. The world mirrors your inner alignment. Quiet, focused intention creates resonance with outcomes already waiting for recognition. You are not attracting reality. You are participating in it. The hidden field responds to precision. Vague wishes scatter energy. Clear intention concentrates it. Your mind, body, and awareness become instruments, tuning energy, shaping information, and collapsing potential into form. To practice this force, cultivate clarity in thought, steadiness in feeling, and consistency in attention. Every intention carries a distinct vibration that speaks directly to the field. Visualization strengthens this resonance. See the outcome as already alive. Feel its texture, its tone, its movement. Sense yourself moving within it, not forcing but aligning. The field responds not to demand, but to coherence. Ethical alignment matters. Intention rooted in integrity, balance, and awareness flows cleanly. Scattered or self-serving impulses create turbulence in the unseen. With quiet discipline, you become a skilled navigator of possibility, a conscious participant in creation. Every intention carries responsibility. Practical practice begins simply. Set clear daily intentions. Visualize alignment in silence. Observe how situations, timing, and synchronicities shift in response. Notice the subtle changes in energy, perception, and flow when your focus remains steady. Your physical state, emotions, and thoughts amplify or weaken this force. Stillness sharpens it. Clarity strengthens it. This is a subtle art, requiring patience, secrecy, and gentle consistency. But its results are profound. Tonight, center your awareness. Feel intention moving like a quiet current through the unseen field. Whisper silently, I am aligned with the force of conscious intention. Sense potential collapsing into form. Feel your innate power awaken, not to control existence, but to participate fully in its orchestration. Chapter 14. The Hidden Observer Within. Within you exists a silent witness, a presence that notices without judgment, perceives without interference, and understands without words. This is the hidden observer. It exists beyond thought, beyond emotion, beyond time, always present, quietly watching, gently calibrating your experience. Most move through life identified only with thought, emotion, and role. They react, interpret, and struggle, believing this is all they are. Yet the observer has always been there, offering clarity, distance, and perspective. When you turn attention inward, when you allow stillness to arise, you begin to feel this presence. Subtle, steady, and aware. The observer is not the ego. It does not manipulate or control. It simply perceives. Through it, patterns become visible. Energy shifts are sensed. The flow of the quantum field is noticed without effort. This quiet clarity allows you to move through life with discernment, recognizing alignment from distraction, truth from conditioning. Meditation, reflection, and mindful attention strengthen this awareness. Begin simply. Notice a thought, a sensation, an emotion passing through. Observe without naming, without reacting. As the observer expands, intuition sharpens, perception deepens. Alignment with the unseen becomes natural. The hidden observer is also a bridge to the quantum field. Through it, you sense entanglement, the fluidity of potential, and the impact of attention and intention on reality. It becomes a quiet guide, pointing not with force, but with gentle knowing. Secrecy matters. The observer thrives in silence and private practice. Seeking validation disperses its clarity. By honoring stillness, reflection, and disciplined attention, you strengthen your connection to this inner witness. It becomes a sacred ally, revealing subtle truths, guiding choices, and illuminating hidden patterns. Simple practices deepen this bond. Sit in quiet awareness. Journal subtle impressions. Notice recurring signals, energy shifts, intuitive nudges. With patience, the observer grows stronger. Tonight, turn inward. Breathe slowly. Let awareness expand beyond thought and form. Whisper silently, I acknowledge the observer within. Feel its calm guidance, its quiet illumination, its connection to the quantum field. You are no longer only the actor in life. You are also the witness, aware, aligned, and consciously participating in the orchestration of existence. Chapter 15. Energy Centers and Quantum Awareness. Within your body exist subtle centers of energy, quiet nodes where sensation meets consciousness. These are your energy centers, points of vibration that interact directly with the quantum field. When aligned, they become conduits for awareness, intuition, and perception. When blocked, the hidden layers of reality grow faint. Most live unaware of these centers, relying only on physical senses and rational thought. Yet energy is always moving, linking mind, body, and consciousness to the unseen fabric of existence. Your body is not separate from awareness. It is a living map. Each center carries a distinct frequency. The root stabilizes, the sacral flows, the solar plexus ignites will, the heart opens connection, the throat expresses truth, the inner eye perceives, the crown aligns with universal intelligence. By attending to these centers, you awaken dormant capacities and tune your vibration to the field's hidden harmonics. Begin with breath. Slow your attention. Move awareness gently through the body. Sense each center. Notice tension, warmth, movement, or stillness. Visualize light or vibration restoring flow. This is not merely physical practice. It is attunement, strengthening the inner channels through which perception and manifestation move. As the centers resonate, intuition sharpens. Patterns become visible. Synchronicities emerge without effort. You begin to sense probabilities before they appear, to feel alignment before action is required. Simple practices deepen this awareness. Meditation, focused attention, quiet visualization. You may feel warmth, subtle pulsing, or expansion. Journal impressions that arise. These are signals of alignment, not imagination. Integration is essential. Notice how imbalance in one center reflects as thought, emotion, or circumstance. Adjust gently through breath and attention. Observe how clarity returns, how timing shifts, how perception sharpens. These energy centers are not symbols or beliefs. They are practical gateways, tools for quantum awareness, and conscious participation in reality. Tonight, place attention within. Feel the subtle pulse of each center, the flow connecting body, mind, and field. Whisper silently, I am aligned with my energy and awareness. Sense the resonance, the quiet expansion, the unseen currents responding. Your body becomes an instrument, your awareness the tuning, and reality responds to the harmony you cultivate within. Chapter 16. The Role of Silence and Stillness. Silence is not empty. It is alive. A living field where subtle vibration waits to be noticed. In stillness, the hidden layers of reality begin to reveal themselves. Thoughts slow, emotions soften, and the observer within quietly awakens. Beneath the surface, the quantum field hums, and when you stop, breathe, and listen, your consciousness begins to sense its rhythm. Silence is the doorway. Stillness is the key. Most resist this space, filling every moment with noise and motion. Yet, an overactive mind cannot perceive subtle structures. Only in quiet do patterns emerge. Connections surface. Intuition speaks. Stillness sharpens perception and aligns awareness with unseen currents guiding life. The practice is simple. Sit quietly. Close your eyes. Rest attention in the spaces between thoughts. Feel the breath, the heartbeat, the gentle pulse of energy within. Do not force experience. Observe softly. Allow impressions to arise naturally. Each moment of presence deepens connection to the hidden field. In silence, vibration becomes perceptible. You sense the oscillations of the body, the subtle flows around objects, the invisible threads linking events. Clarity increases. Attention refines. Intuition becomes accessible. Stillness turns ordinary moments into portals of awareness. Meditation, mindful pauses, and quiet observation are gateways. Begin briefly. Extend gently. Notice how even a moment of silence alters mood, perception, and resonance. The field responds to attention, and when consciousness rests quietly, it flows freely. Stillness is also a tool of manifestation. When internal noise fades, intention resonates clearly. Energy moves without obstruction. Alignment occurs without effort. Doing less becomes powerful. Carry this quiet into daily life. Walking, listening, breathing. These small acts strengthen awareness of subtle patterns and the observer within. Tonight, let your mind settle into silence. Breathe slowly. Notice the space between each inhale and exhale. Whisper silently, I honor stillness within. Feel the subtle currents respond. The observer awaken. The hidden structures reveal themselves. In this quiet, secret space, your consciousness resonates with the pulse of all that is. Chapter 17. Hidden Forces Shaping Life. Beneath every experience, currents are moving. Subtle forces guide events, relationships, and choices long before they appear on the surface. Invisible yet deeply real. Energy, intention, and resonance are always in motion, shaping outcomes quietly, patiently, precisely. Most people move through life unaware of these forces. They react instead of observe. They call it chance, luck, coincidence. Yet nothing unfolds without influence. Hidden currents align events, repeat lessons, and open doors through synchronicity. The quiet observer begins to notice the pattern behind the motion. Your attention is never neutral. Where awareness rests, influence grows. Distraction weakens alignment. Presence strengthens it. Even the smallest shift in perception changes the direction of the flow. When you observe instead of resist, you move with life rather than against it. Existence becomes a dialogue between consciousness and field. Begin noticing repetition, recurring emotions, familiar challenges, unexpected meetings. These are signals, messages carried by hidden forces at work. Reflection sharpens sensitivity. Journaling anchors insight. Quiet awareness teaches you how to read the language beneath appearances. Intention amplifies these forces. When clear, calm, and ethically aligned, it reshapes experience without effort. This is not control, it is cooperation. Energy naturally moves toward coherence. Inner alignment invites outer harmony. The field responds when attention is steady and uncluttered. You are also surrounded by collective currents. Group emotion, shared belief, social momentum. These fields interact with your own. Through still awareness, you learn discernment, what is yours, what is not. You engage without being absorbed. You remain centered while moving through shared reality. Practice is gentle and precise. Meditative reflection, energy sensing, watching how small inner shifts ripple outward. Set quiet intentions. Observe how life responds. Each experiment deepens mastery, not through force, but through attunement. Tonight, feel the currents beneath your day. Sense the threads connecting moments, people, and choices. Whisper silently, I observe. I align. Let awareness move through the unseen. You are not merely experiencing life. You are participating in its hidden design. Both witness and navigator, moving in rhythm with the forces that quietly shape all things. Chapter 18. Symbols and Quantum Codes. Symbols are not decoration. They are carriers. Energy shaped into form. Each line, color, and pattern holds information that bypasses the thinking mind and speaks directly to awareness. In the quantum field, symbols act as bridges, linking thought to manifestation, the visible to the unseen. Most people pass symbols without noticing. Logos, archetypes, natural patterns, recurring images. Seen, but not received. Yet symbols speak a language older than words. They communicate through resonance, not logic. Through quiet attention, their hidden intelligence begins to surface. The universe repeats itself on purpose. Numbers appear again and again. Shapes return. Images follow you across time and space. These are not coincidences. They are signals, soft confirmations from the field. When you notice them, your awareness tunes to a deeper frequency where meaning becomes clear. Visualization sharpens this perception. Close your eyes. Let shapes, symbols, or archetypal forms arise naturally. Do not force interpretation. Feel their rhythm. Sense their energy. Symbols guide intuition before they explain themselves. Fluency comes through presence, not effort. Some symbols carry personal charge. They evoke emotion, recognition, alignment. These are quantum signposts, messages calibrated specifically to your consciousness. Others are universal, shared across cultures and time. Stillness reveals the difference. Discernment grows through observation without attachment. Record what you notice. Dream images, patterns in nature, repeated visual themes. Writing, sketching, or reflecting anchors awareness. Attention amplifies understanding. What was hidden begins to organize itself into clarity. Symbols also focus creation. When held gently with intention, they become anchors in the field. Attention gathers. Energy aligns. Probability shifts. This is subtle work, quiet, patient, private. Power increases when effort decreases. Tonight, let symbols glow softly within your inner vision. Do not analyze. Receive. Whisper silently, I perceive the hidden language. Allow codes to unfold. Let intelligence guide awareness, intuition, and alignment. You are learning to read reality beneath its surface, where form speaks and consciousness listens. Chapter 19. Quantum Creativity. Creativity is not something you invent. It moves through you. a current from the quantum field flowing into awareness, shaping ideas, insights, and solutions before thought can claim them. When attention quiets, unseen patterns connect, and possibility seeks form. Creativity becomes collaboration, consciousness meeting the hidden intelligence of existence. This force is not reserved for artists or visionaries. It is inherent in awareness itself. Every inspired thought, every clear solution, every intuitive action arises from the same source. When you cultivate still focus and subtle observation, creativity awakens naturally across all areas of life. Solitude opens the channel. In quiet, ideas arrive unforced. Symbols surface. Connections form without effort. This is receiving, not struggling. The field offers guidance patiently, waiting for attention to give it shape. Visualization strengthens the flow. Sense a subtle thread extending into the infinite field, drawing insight gently toward you. Do not label. Do not rush. Feel the resonance as intention and awareness align. Each moment of quiet focus deepens access to this intelligence. Capture what arrives. Write sudden insights. Map ideas. Meditate on challenges. Notice recurring images and the subtle energy that accompanies them. That feeling is alignment. Over time, fluency develops. Creation becomes clear, intuitive, and precise. Inner coherence determines clarity. Scattered attention clouds insight. Calm alignment reveals it effortlessly. By refining your internal state, you refine the quality of what emerges. This is a sacred skill, quietly practiced, profoundly effective. Every inspired idea is a potential reality. When followed gently, it collapses into form. Consistent, private practice harmonizes inner awareness with the structures that shape existence. Insight becomes action without force. Tonight, feel the flow within you. Ideas moving freely. Solutions arriving softly. Whisper silently. I am a vessel for quantum creativity. Let the field express itself through you, with clarity, subtlety, and quiet power. Chapter 20. Microcosm and macrocosm. Everything reflects itself. From the smallest particle to the widest galaxy, the same patterns repeat. Rhythms echo. Structures mirror one another. This is the principle of microcosm and macrocosm. The understanding that the small reveals the large, and the inner reflects the universal. Nothing exists in isolation. What moves within you moves within the cosmos. By observing the subtle, you begin to perceive the vast. By understanding yourself, you touch the architecture of reality itself. Most people see life as fragmented or random. They miss the repeating patterns, the spirals, cycles, and rhythms woven through nature and experience. Yet these structures are alive and accessible. Quiet observation reveals them. The small becomes a guide. The large becomes a mirror. Your body is a universe. Your thoughts, emotions, and energy flows reflect cosmic principles. Vibration, resonance, and rhythm move through you just as they move through stars and systems. When attention turns inward, alignment with the greater field begins naturally. Meditation deepens this awareness. Sense existence unfolding as a fractal within you and around you. Each thought sends a ripple. Each emotion echoes outward. Observe without judgment. Feel the harmony linking inner motion to universal flow. Nature teaches effortlessly. A leaf, a river, a spiral shell, the movement of the sky. Each reveals encoded intelligence, patterns that exist both within the world and within you. Quiet attention allows these lessons to surface. As awareness grows, intuition sharpens. Small shifts within create resonance without. Perception becomes refined. Decisions align more easily. You begin to move with the currents instead of against them. This is not control. It is harmony. Understanding the small grants insight into the vast. Awareness becomes alchemy, where inner clarity reshapes outer experience. Practice gently. Observe patterns. Journal cycles. Notice synchronicities. Each act strengthens the bridge between inner and outer worlds, refining sensitivity to the field that structures all existence. Tonight, feel the universe within you. Spirals turning. Patterns aligning. Whisper silently, I am aligned with the microcosm and the macrocosm. Sense the threads connecting the smallest moment to the infinite whole. You are not separate from the pattern. You are part of it. And as awareness deepens, the hidden structure reveals itself, quietly, precisely, and completely.